Greetings to you, traveler. I am the modern druid, and welcome to this first concept of the delirium. Here, we will attempt to define the concept of the bio-techno-sociological individuation. Bio-techno-sociological individuation, as you may have guessed, aims to define and grasp the human being, or humanity. With this concept, we dive straight into the heart of the matter, and Bernard Stiegler made a big splash, a major disruption in the Western philosophy. Philosophy is often seen as the discipline that should reflect on the questions of life, like in the French high school exam, and especially the big existential questions, like, what is human existence? And throughout time, there have been many proposals, like the immortality of the soul, the rational animal, the thinking subject, the Dasein, being there, etc. Bio-techno-sociological individuation is the latest iteration of this series, offering a new model for thinking about the human and its conditions of emergence. To develop this concept, Stiegler followed the work of the paleoanthropologist André Leroi-Gourhan, who demonstrated that the evolution of hominid brain volume followed the curve of increasing complexity of the technical tools produced and used by those hominids. You might think that it's obvious, the more intelligent we were, the more we were able to develop complex tools. But Leroi-Gourhan proposed to think the reverse, suggesting that it's by using tools that we became intelligent. In fact, there has been a co-evolution between humans and technology. In Leroi-Gourhan views, the hominid became bipedal, freeing their front limbs from the task of locomotion. Those limbs could now be used to grasp tools and weapons for hunting and defense. They became tool-wielding hands. The act of fabrication and use of tools, technology, allowed for reflexivity and opened the mind. It's also led to the development of language, transmission and sociality. In short, even today, we are beings without a fixed essence, without a divine origin. We are the product, through our biological body, of adopting a series of techniques and technologies. Technologies passed down to us, first by our parents and then by the societies in which we live. Language, posture, walking, eating, almost everything about us is technical and becomes cultural. Thus, we are individuals shaped by the techniques and technologies we use, and always social, because these techniques and technologies always require a society to be, not only transmitted and produced, but even to be usable. One can't imagine language without a society to speak it. Bio-techno-sociological individuation. We belong to interconnections, that Stiegler called circuits of transindividuation. Our current individuation depends on the individuation of others, and on individuations of the past. We will try to keep this idea, that we are bio-techno-sociological beings, in mind and opened. It's not obvious. It's new. But in our world, already undergoing massive socio-technical upheaval with the digitization of society, this concept ought to be central to our future thought. We will have to return to it regularly, it's foundational. Actually, we haven't even begun to draw out its implications. We might later explore how this concept is received and what influence it might have. In other words, we'll try to show that bio-techno-sociological individuation is a totally new way of thinking the human and the world. Stiegler opened with that an entirely new and still largely unexplored perspectives for Western philosophy. In a way, the following videos of this delirium will only aim to explore this question, and will attempt to show how this concept, bio Bio-Techo-Sociological individuation opens up perspectives for thought. Welcome, in the delirium.